Assalamu alaikum. The 14th night, and one piece of good news is that we will be completing half of the Quran tonight. Takbir. Surah Al-Isra, or Bani Israel, chapter number 17, and Surah Al-Kahf, chapter number 18. Now, I want all of you to open your hearts before your minds and ears, because there is an important message in tonight's recitation. Surah Al-Isra, chapter number 17, the opening verse speaks about an incident, a miraculous incident that happened to our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's an incident that we all know about. It's Al-Haram in Mecca to Jerusalem, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. And Al-Mi'raj is the heavenly journey from Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa to the seventh heaven. We know the story. We know the lessons we can draw from this story. It is mentioned in Seerah books. But what this ayah and what this surah signifies is basically the transfer of leadership from one community to another community. From the community of the children of Israel to the ummah of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Again, this verse and this surah signifies the transfer of leadership of humanity from one community to another community. And Allah provided in this surah sort of the catalog or the manifesto or the constitution of this leadership in order to written protocol, a catalog to lead. So Allah speaks about the constitution of this leadership or the catalog, i.e. the Quran, a lot, more than any other surah in the entire Quran. You will hear from our beloved Hafiz the word Al-Quran so many times in this particular surah. Why? Because this is the constitution, this is the catalog. And we learn that the Quran has certain commands, certain prohibitions, certain directives for Muslims. The first directive is that we always worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. And the second directive, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Be kind and compassionate to your parents. If they are alive, kiss their hands, obey them, take care of them. If they are dead, pray to them. Allah tells the Muslims that watch out. If I have given you the honor of leadership, don't think or don't take it for granted. It is not just because your name is Muhammad or Ali that you will be leaders. If you stick to the principles and directives of the Quran, you will be leaders. If you fail, then it will be taken out from you again. And this is why Surah Al-Isra or Bani Israel is so important, because it is a reminder to us that if we are up to the standards set in the Quran, we will be worthy leaders. If we are not, then the leadership will be taken out from us. and we should not blame except ourselves. That's Surah Al-Isra. Now, Surah Al-Kahf tells us four things. It is such a beautiful surah of the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ asked us to recite it every Jumu'ah, every Friday, because if we live around the time of Dajjal, it will protect us from the fitna or from the test of Dajjal. And it speaks about four tests, four major tests in life. Four major tests in life. And it gives us the solution for each test. The first test is testing in terms of deen. Like our brothers and sisters in Rohingya Muslims in Burma, what they are going through because of their faith. And then testing in the matter of wealth. Wealth can make you unbeliever. And then testing in the matter of knowledge. And this is the encounter between Sayyidina Musa and Al-Khidr. And then testing in the matter of power and authority. First test talks about the people of the cave, Ashabul Kahf, a bunch of young people who were tried in the matter of their religion. This is not the time to go into details about each story. Now, these four tests in life, we are offered the solution to overcome each hardship, each test. The first one, we are offered the solution in the ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ يُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَهُ وَلَا تَعْدُ عَيْنَاكَ عَنْهُمْ تُرِيدُ زِينَةَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Which means what? Stick around good people. If you want to keep your faith intact, strong, good, stick around good people. Stick around the masjid. Stick around the community. This is the way to keep your faith strong. That's number one. Now, in terms of wealth, Allah is telling us the reality of this world. The reality of this world. We are not meant to stick around forever. Come to a close, will come to an end. I just want to bring a little story which is indicative of the value of this world. You know, how many of you know Caliph Harun al-Rashid? Harun al-Rashid, a great caliph who was the leader not only of the Muslims but the whole world at his time. And his wealth, unbelievable. Unbelievable. He was the wealthiest person on earth at his time. There was a simple man, his name is Bahlul. Bahlul, very simple man. He went to his palace and told him, I'll tell you something. And just imagine this question is posed to you. He said, Ya ayyuha al-Khalifa, O Caliph, tell me, what are you going to do if you get lost in the desert? You lost your guards, and then you became so thirsty. A man with a cold water told you, I'm going to give you a sip of water, but you pay me half of your wealth. And you are about to die. What are you going to do? He told him, I will beg him to give me a sip of water and I will give him half of my wealth. He told him, now you quenched your thirst and you went home safely. Listen, you went home safely. But there is a stone that blocked the urine tract. And there was only one physician who could help you. But on one condition, he will take the other half of your wealth. What are you going to do? He said, I will give him my other half of the wealth. He said, Bahlul, then the value of this life is just a sip of water. A sip of water. Either taking it, understand that what sticks around, as Allah tells us in this surah, وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. What sticks around really is الْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَات. The enduring good deeds. This is what sticks around. One time, Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha, she slaughtered a lamb and she distributed everything except the shoulder meat, because the Prophet ﷺ used to love the shoulder meat. And when the Prophet ﷺ asked her, what did you do with the meat? She said, everything is gone except the shoulder meat. I kept it for you. And he told her, no, everything has remained except the shoulder meat. It is going to be gone. That should be like it's a paradigm shift for us. Life, no matter how long or lavish we might live, but you are a builder, I am a builder of my abode or home, whether in paradise or hellfire. If I keep doing good deeds, I'm building my house in paradise. The third story is about knowledge. Seeking knowledge means you have to be patient. And Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam with Al-Khidr, sometimes in this life, we might see bizarre, crazy things. We do not understand or comprehend the wisdom. We need to be patient. We need to be patient. Sayyidina Musa was patient, but he was patient for some time. And then Sayyidina Dhul Qarnayn, he roamed the world. And one thing about him, he was not arrogant. He was serving the people humbly. This is again what we need to do. We need to be servants for the people, for the betterment of this world. So 4 major lessons: stick around good people, be within the community in order to keep your faith intact, understand, and what is meant for us is either paradise, insha'Allah, or hellfire, wal-'iyadhu billah. We seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's refuge from hellfire. And then knowledge requires patience, and then authority and power means that we have to be serving the people. Assalamu alaikum.